The famous city of Istanbul, often called the most influential and important city in world history, the city has been part of many different empires and countries. However, because of this, the city was not always named Istanbul. Most people know of its previous name, Constantinople, but not many know why the name was changed in the first place. Well, to start, like many cities, once it becomes part of a new country or empire, it changes names, like New York in the US or Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. So actually, Istanbul has had many other names in the past, and this isn't technically the first time it's been known as Istanbul either. The city's first name was Lygos, according to a man by the name of Pliny the Elder, a Roman author and military commander who drew it as a small settlement fitting on the edge of the Saraya Peninsula. However, the real history of the city begins in about 660 BC, when Greek settlers from Megara arrived in the area and settled, calling the city Byzantium, believed to be named after Byzas, who was the king and leader of the Megara colonists. Byzantium would be the city's name until Constantine the Great became the Roman emperor in 324 AD and made plans to create a new Christian city. The plans expanded Byzantium, nearly tripling its size and partially modeling the city after Rome. The new city would replace Byzantium and would become the eastern capital of Rome, earning it the briefly named Nova Roma, meaning New Rome. However, many still call it Constantinople after Constantine. Constantinople would later be declared the official capital of Rome in 330 AD. However, in 395 AD, the Roman Empire was split between the sons of Theodosius I, Arcadus, and Honorius. Constantinople would become the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire, often referred to as the Byzantine Empire. However, the city would not change names. When the Ottoman Turks besieged the city, eventually taking it over and killing Constantine XI, the last Roman emperor, in 1453, Sultan Mehmed II declared it the new capital of the Ottoman Empire, and turned all Christian churches and cathedrals to mosques. During this time, it becomes difficult to find one name for the city. The Christian name for the city remains Constantinople, used by Christian Greeks and Armenians in the empire, and also used by the outside Western world. However, the official name was the Islamic name Constantine, due to the Ottomans being primarily Muslim. During this time, some Christian Armenians began using the word Istanbul as a shorthand for the city, and this even appeared in some early 19th century maps. Istanbul is interpreted to mean the city or into the city. However, for the rest of the Ottoman Empire's existence, the city remained Constantine. During World War I, the Ottomans joined the Central Powers with Germany and Austria-Hungary, which they lost. Following their defeat, Constantinople was occupied by British and French armies, which lasted until November of 1922, when the last Ottoman Sultan, Mehmed VI, was exiled by Mustafa Ataturk. The following year, in 1923, the Treaty of Lausanne officially ended the occupation and created the Republic of Turkey. The move from empire to republic also moved the capital from Constantinople to Ankara, to distance the new republic from the darker Ottoman history. This included changing the name, which was at the time synonymous with the Muslim Ottomans, to the Turkish version of Istanbul. Istanbul's name is not necessarily chronological, as there are record of Istanbul or variants of it being used by Byzantines prior to the Ottoman takeover, and even sometimes appeared on maps of the Ottoman Empire in the mid-19th and early 20th centuries. Polis, just meaning city, was also used by the Greeks early on. It may also be part of the inspiration for the name Istanbul, as Bolis is the Byzantium spelling of Polis. So there it is, the many names of Istanbul, why it's called Istanbul, and a brief history of the city itself.